If you have a lumbar disc bulge and you're trying to fix your posture, stop. Because the way you sit, stand, and hold yourself throughout the day may be actively making your disc worse. And the frustrating part, you may not even realize you're doing it. In this video, you're going to learn the 5 posture mistakes that may be silently damaging your L4-5 disc every single day and the exact correction for everyone. Stay with me because mistake number 5 is the one that surprises almost everyone, even those who think they already have good posture. Hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Wafer, a chiropractor in Houston, Texas. Before getting into the mistakes, it's important to understand something about the L4-5 disc. Your disc is not a static structure. It responds to every single position you put your spine in. When you're in the wrong position, you increase the pressure inside the disc. When you hold that position for hours at a time, sitting at a desk or driving in your car, relaxing on the couch, you're actively pushing disc material in the wrong direction. Over time, that leads to more inflammation, more nerve irritation, more pain, and more risk of that disc bulge progressing. The good news is that posture is correctable. When you make the right adjustments, you take the pressure off the disc, you give the nerve space to breathe, and you give your body a real chance to heal. So now, let's get into it. The 5 posture mistakes that are making your L4-5 disc bulge worse, starting with the most common one. Posture mistake number 1, forward flexion sitting. This is a big one. And if you have a lumbar disc bulge, there's a good chance you're doing this for hours every day. When you slouch forward at your desk, on your couch, or looking down at your phone, you're putting your lumbar spine into forward flexion. And here's why that matters for your specific condition. An L4-5 disc bulge is almost always a posterior bulge, meaning the disc material is pushing backward towards the spinal canal and the nerves. Forward flexion squeezes the front of the disc, which pushes the disc material even further backward, right into the area that's already irritated. Research shows that intradiscal pressure is highest in a seated forward flex position, higher than standing, higher than walking. This means you're loading your disc at one of the worst possible angles. If you notice that your pain is worse after sitting for a long time, or your leg symptoms increase after sitting, this is often the reason why. Here's how to fix it. Sit so your hips are slightly higher than your knees. Place a small rolled towel or lumbar support at the small of your lower back to maintain the natural inward curve. Your ears, shoulders, and hips should stack in a vertical line. This position helps restore the natural lumbar curve, which shifts pressure away from the front of the disc and reduces the backward push towards the nerve. By keeping your spine stacked and supported, you decrease the load on the L4-5 disc and prevent further irritation of the disc bulge. That one change alone can significantly reduce the pressure on your lumbar discs throughout the day. Posture mistake number 2, tucking the pelvis under. Now this one is sneaky, because tucking your pelvis under and flattening your lower back can actually feel like good posture. It feels engaged, it feels controlled. But here's what's happening inside your spine when you do this. When you tuck your pelvis and flatten the lower back, you eliminate the natural lordotic curve in the lumbar spine. And when that curve disappears, your lumbar discs take on an even larger load. This compresses the front of the disc and stretches the back of it right where the disc bulges. This is something many people do without even realizing it. Sitting with the low back pressed flat against chairs, thinking this is what good posture looks like. But for a lumbar disc bulge, this position can actually make things worse. Here's how to fix it. Let your pelvis tilt gently forward, just enough to restore a subtle natural arch in your lower back. Not an exaggerated arch, just the natural curve. A simple way to find this position is to think about sitting on top of your sit bones, the 2 bony points at the bottom of your pelvis, not behind them. When you're sitting at the top of your sit bones, your lumbar spine is in a more balanced and supported position. This helps distribute pressure more evenly throughout the discs instead of concentrating it on the back where the bulge is located. By restoring the natural curve, you reduce strain on the irritated tissues and help prevent further progression of the disc bulge. Posture mistake number 3, leaning to one side. This is called asymmetric loading. Think about your normal day. When you're standing in line, do you shift your weight to one hip? When you're sitting at your desk, do you cross one leg over the other or lean slightly to one side? These may feel like small habits, but they add up over time. Your lumbar discs respond to how evenly or unevenly pressure is applied to it. When your weight is evenly distributed, the load spreads across the disc. But when you consistently lean to one side, you place more pressure on one side of the disc than the other. And if your disc bulge is already biased in one direction, this can continue to push it further in that direction, increasing irritation and pain. Here's how to fix it. When you're standing, keep your weight evenly distributed across both feet. Keep your hips level without shifting to one side. When you're sitting, keep your feet flat on the floor and both sit bones in equal contact with the chair. This helps keep the pressure throughout the lumbar discs balanced instead of uneven. By removing side-to-side loading, you reduce the risk of further pushing the disc outward and creating more pressure, irritation on the nerve. If you tend to lean without realizing it, set a reminder for every 20 minutes to check your posture and correct your position. Posture mistake number 4, forward head posture. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dr. Wafer, I came here from my lower back. Why are we talking about my head? Here's why. When your head moves forward, even just a few centimeters, your upper back rounds to compensate. When your upper back rounds, your lower back flattens. When your lower back flattens, you're back to mistake number 2 all over again. Except now you got there without even realizing it. This is called a postural cascade. Your spine does not work in isolated segments. A problem at the top creates a chain reaction all the way down to the lumbar spine. For every inch your head moves forward from its neutral position, the effective weight on your spine doubles. Your head weighs 10 to 12 pounds in a neutral position. Move it forward 2 inches, and your lower spine is now managing 20 to 30 pounds of load. That load cascades directly all the way to your lumbar discs. Here's how to fix it. The chin tuck exercise. Gently pull your chin straight back, not down. Think about making a double chin. Hold that position for 3 seconds, relax, then repeat 10 times. Do that every hour while at your desk. It repositions your head over your shoulders, helps restore the natural curve through the spine, and reduces the flattening effect on the lower back. By bringing your head back into alignment, you decrease the excessive load being transferred down to the L4-5 disc and help prevent additional stress on the bulge. Posture mistake number 5, holding any posture for too long. Now here's the one that surprises a lot of people. Holding any posture, even a correct one, for too long. You may correct everything. You sit properly, you stack your spine, you do all of the right things, and then you stay in that position for hours without moving. And that's still a problem. Your lumbar disc does not have a direct blood supply. It gets nutrients, oxygen, fluids, everything it needs to heal through a process called imbibition. The disc relies on movement to bring nutrients in and push waste products out. When you stay in any position, even a good one, for too long, pressure gradually builds inside the disc, fluid circulation decreases, the disc begins to dehydrate, and irritation can increase. Here's how to fix it. Every 20 to 30 minutes, stand up. Place your hands on the back of your hips, gently arch backwards into a standing lumbar extension. Nice and controlled, 5 to 10 reps. This movement helps reverse the flexion stress that builds up throughout the day. It allows fluid to move back into the disc and reduces pressure on the back portion where the disc bulge is located. By regularly breaking up static positions with movement, you support the disc's ability to recover and reduce the risk of further aggravation. All right, let's run through all 5 one more time just so you have them clear. Posture mistake number 1, forward flexion sitting. Number 2, tucking the pelvis under. 3, leaning to one side. 4, forward head posture, and 5, holding any posture for too long. Each one of these may seem small on its own, but throughout the day they add up. And with a lumbar disc bulge, every position you hold is either helping your disc settle or continuing to irritate it. The key here is not perfection. The key is awareness and consistency. When you start making these small corrections, you reduce the stress going through your lumbar discs. You give surrounding tissues a chance to calm down, and you create a better environment for healing. That means less pressure on the nerve, less irritation, and a lower risk of this becoming a long-term problem. If you found value in this video, like and share it so more people dealing with a lumbar disc problem can find it. And let me know in the comments which one of these mistakes you catch yourself doing the most. Is it forward flexion sitting or tucking your pelvis under? Drop a comment and let me know. And remember to subscribe to my channel if you want expert tips, simple exercises, and proven solutions that help you move better, feel stronger, and stay pain-free. And if you want to take this a step further and learn 5 gentle moves to relieve L4-5 and L5-1 disc pain, go watch this video next.